So hi, welcome to my living room. I have a lot of yarn, which is so cool and so fun, but I don't know what I have. So we're gonna change that today. 2 giant Rubbermaids of yarn here, and all of this yarn on the floor beside me. And that's not accounting for any yarn that is currently attached to one of my like 20 half-finished projects. So I'm interventioning myself a little bit. But also, I should mention that a lot of the wool that is on the floor here has been given to me over the past year. I've been knitting for close to a decade at this point, and I'm the kind of person that like brings it to like family gatherings, or if I'm like going to see some friends to chat and hang out, I bring my knitting because it's just something to like do, I can fidget with. Something that's mindless. Like, I'm not bringing my like complicated stuff. Anyway, people know that I knit. People have seen me knitting. Every time they see me, I'm working on something different. And a lot of people in my life have gifted me yarn or given me yarn that maybe they've come across, or my grandparents, both sides, have been cleaning out their house and have come upon like tubs of yarn, and they've just like gifted me sweater and blanket quantities of stuff. So yeah, all of this has been given to me in the last little while. And this year I'm gonna try to have a no-buy year regarding my yarn. There's a couple caveats to that. One is that I've been asked by a local art gallery to create like an exhibition of sorts, which is really cool. I didn't think that my knitting stuff would ever make it into something like a gallery. So that's cool, but I need to like plan the artworks. It's mostly gonna be the tapestry stuff. I might do like one sweater, but I don't know. So I'm gonna try to use the colors I have here to work on that. But if I need like a legit wool, most of this is acrylic, I can buy that, but only if it's for the gallery. So anyway, today me and my trusty, this bad boy, and I are gonna spend some time organizing this and just taking inventory of like what I even have, because I don't know at this point. I have no idea. So I'm planning to note, if I can, how many balls of something I have, the title of it. This one's really cool, has like tinsel in it, that's nifty. Downside, I don't have a scale, so I can't weigh any of the stuff that I'm not sure how much I have. But that is nor here nor there. We are categorizing today, and I can weigh it later. So yeah, you're coming with me, and we are gonna be categorizing and sorting the yarn. Let's get into it. I need to stop yapping and procrastinating. These are so cool. These are like little pot holders, little coasters for your hot. You know. This one literally just needs a single crochet stitch and it's done, I think. Yeah, it just needs a single crochet stitch and it's done. Okay. I found scissors and a crochet hook. Sick, dude. Now I have a coaster set. But all of this has been categorized in my lovely Excel sheet on this bad boy. And now we're moving on. Now we're moving on to the big guns. But, I've had this yarn for a long time. And it's all like my big sweater blanket quantity balls. It's not like individuals, so this will take like no time. And then I have to figure out where the hell I'm gonna store all of this yarn, because that's another issue I have. This is supposed to be my maximum capacity yarn storage, and it's like full. Wanna shout this out. This is an old Caesar dressing jar, as you can see. What it is my like end collector. My end collector. I have a cat that eats everything she is not supposed to eat. And when I say everything she's not supposed to eat, I mean literally everything that is not to be ingested. So I keep this around to collect my little ends when I'm like weaving shit in or changing yarn balls or whatever, and I highly recommend an end jar. I think I might have been inspired by my mother for this. So you can thank my mother for showing me the life of an end jar, because then you don't have to like pick up little scraps. There's not little bits and bobs you forgot. You just unscrew the top, put your 2 little ends in, put your 3 little ends in, close it back up. Literally the best. Anyway, back to it. This is my very first set of interchangeable needles. I don't know the condition they're in. Hold on. Yeah. So this is my very first set of interchangeable needles. Oh, beautiful. And some scraps. But I got these off of Amazon when I first started really getting into knitting for like 20 bucks. Super low ceiling on the price point there, and I still use them. Like, the cables are still great. I have a really beautiful copper set by Lykke, Lykke, that my mother got me a couple years ago for my birthday, or maybe Christmas. I got them as a gift from my mom, and they are great, but they are expensive, and it's something I would never buy for myself. But this, $30, you have basically every needle size you could ever need, down to a US 2, up to a US 15. It has 3 of these cables. One of these cables is currently on a sweater of mine that I'm working on, and it comes with a couple of these like things that you can screw on. These green things that you can screw on to like, if you need to like take your needles off for whatever reason while you're like holding stitches or whatever, you can just screw those on. They're a little loose on mine now, and I think it also came with a couple of those like little metal rods that you use to stick them together. I recommend this if you are starting to get into knitting and you aren't sure if you want to spend a lot of dough on some needles. This bad boy. They also come in a wooden set. I think it was more expensive if you prefer a wooden knitting needle. I know some people do, but literally the best. Anywho, back to the box. Okay, so this is a sweater I need to rip out. I just don't like this. This is a sweater that I need to rip out because I just don't like how it's coming together, and that's that. I don't love the collar. I thought I would like how it fits on me. I don't. And I just need to rip her out. I think it might be, no, it's not even this wool. I don't even know what this is. This is some of my crazy white. This bad boy, this bad boy came from my grandma's house. And I kind of want to knit this as it is. But also the wool is really itchy. And it's all beautiful earth tones. Like, look at this gay sweater. Are you kidding? I love a gay Christmas sweater. Like, as a queer lady. This would make me so happy to put on at Christmas. But it's gonna be so hot and so itchy. So part of me is also like, what if I just made a beautiful tapestry out of it? That was like still this design, but tapestry. It's also in a completely different language that I do not know how to read. All of the instructions are in a language that I cannot read. Something Eastern European, I think. But also could not be Eastern European, I don't know. But I can't read this. Like, the whole book is in that. But I'm still holding on to it. So that's that bin. Next bin, we have a sweater that my grandma was working on and never finished, that I think I need to rip out because I don't even have a pattern for it. And then hella cream, some of this beautiful rainbow burgundy colors, and then a sweater quantity of this denim and this Mystic DK, and then a blanket quantity of cream in the back. And that's literally all that, so I'm about to plug that into the computer. We have officially categorized all of the wool onto my Excel sheet. So now I can plan out projects without having to like look through this, and I was kind of dreading it. Now we have to figure out where I'm gonna put it all. So I do have this whole Rubbermaid empty, that one behind me which is probably out of commish, and then one singular wooden crate that was generally my like overflow. I hope this was inspiring for you to go through your stash, consider what you already have before you go and buy. I know there's a lot of people on the internet trying to sell you stuff all the time, whether you need it or not. Yeah, I don't think I'll need to buy any yarn this year, even for my gallery expo, which is super fun. I think I'm gonna use that nice sweater wool, the Slavic sweater, for a piece for that. Instead of buying nice yarn that I don't really need to buy because I have 3 bins of yarn. So yeah, I hope this inspires you to go through your stash, check what you have before you buy things, and continue your slow fashion hobbies without, you know, negatively impacting the environment. I should mention, there is about a ball of scrap that I could not keep that was just like little tiny ends or whatever, and I will be taking that to a location where it will be recycled, like a fabric recycling place. If you don't know, almost every H&M, as much as I don't love H&M as a concept, they do take fabric scraps to be recycled at production facilities of any type. It doesn't matter if it's acrylic, if it's polyester, if it's nice fabric, if it's whatever, they'll take the scraps, they'll analyze the scraps, and then they will send them to facilities that use reused materials, which I think is fantastic. So that ball of wool or so will be going to H&M, and then the rest of it will be made into things, and you'll just have to see. Also, as a complete aside, this is one of my original design tapestries that I'm working on. It's double knitting, and these will be available in my shop eventually. So keep your eye out. I'm really excited for how it's coming. Anyway, enough self-promo. Have a good day. I'll see you next time. And yeah, spin a slice. Stay crafty.